go.
Good morning, it's Jim with Becky behind the camera, and together we are With It Retirees in Beaverton, Oregon. Well, it's a beautiful July day just after the 4th, and we're here in the greenhouse. We've had a whole lot of stuff going on this year, so we haven't paid as much attention to some things as we might, and it's better to have some stuff than not everything you want, I think. So let's look at what's going on in here just to start with, and then I'll talk about the main topic, which is water lilies. So, you know, we got marigolds growing on and off. As long as you keep picking off the dead ones, they'll keep going all year long. These are green onions. They're starting to get big enough to pull one, see what they look like. This is a Thai chili pepper. You see it's covered really in peppers. And these have a thing going where they'll stay pretty late into the year. The last one I had was well into the winter. And they're make a nice thing to cook with. These are determinate early girls, and I'm kind of disappointed in them, not because they're not growing tomatoes. If you look down here, this giant tomato cupboard, there's others in there too, but they were supposed to grow up to a certain height and stop. That's why they call them determinate as opposed to non-determinate. And they are actually shorter than the non-determinate one I growing outside for some reason, or longer rather. I cut them off right here and they're still doing their thing, but I'm searching for shorter tomatoes to grow inside. Now this over here is what they call a tumbling tom, and as you can see, it's getting ready to go. It's designed to go in a hanging basket. So we thought, what the heck, we'll try running it this way. A story about this particular tomato is the only one that's not hooked into our aquaponics system. All the rest of them, if you see, the water is always running, so every 10 minutes they get their feet wet, whether it's hot or cold. So this one, I neglected it. I forgot to put the cover on the top, and it got really hot in here. And this one ran out of water, and it drooped down. I thought it was absolute goner. It was just completely limp. And I watered it, and it came back, and now it looks pretty good. The moral to the story is, if you're looking for a reason why aquaponics might be better than something else, you don't have to water an aquaponics. If you forget to water, your plant doesn't die because it just keeps getting watered. So anyhow, food for thought. This basket has the kind of peppers that you eat, like in a lunch pail, and some more ties, and that's about it going right now. So what I want to talk about is the theme of this story, and you ask yourself the question, is your water lily happy? Does it look happy? Does it look as happy as it looked last year, or is it maybe starting to yellow a little bit or something? If you've got one in your pond, maybe you bought it in a pot. Water lilies typically come in a shallow pot, and they're a tuber that's about the size of a cucumber or so, and the water lily supposedly grows out just one end. You might note that with my water lily, it started to grow out the other end too, right there, and at this end of the tuber. There's a tuber right between here and here, and its scale, it feels like a dragon scale or something. It's kind of cool. But what is wrong with your water lily probably is one of two things. Either A, you didn't fertilize it, which I didn't this spring. I had a big mistake on my part. I have since fertilized it, and it's starting to look pretty good. Let me show you what I used. These, you can buy a bundle of 3 packages of, I think it's 25 big tablets for less money than you could buy a package of the kind like you use inside, which is why I use these inside and outside. What you do with these is, when you plant the thing the first time, I would put 2 or 3 of them on the bottom of the pot, and then twice a year will probably do. If you jam a couple of those down in that pot as far as you can possibly get them down in there, about that deep, which I did about a week and a half ago, these will start looking a lot better. So anyhow, that's what I do. Another point here is water lilies do really well inside a greenhouse. This one never really did die down in the wintertime, so they're kind of a cool deal in a greenhouse. But what you have to remember, you can see I have goldfish. These are Sarasa comets, and they don't eat the water lilies. or tear them up. If I put these in over here with the sunfish, they'll blow holes in them, look like you shot it with a rifle, and beat them up pretty bad, eating stuff and looking for things. But the goldfish don't do that. If you had koi and you had this in a koi pond, it would be gone. They would just tear it to pieces. So another thing, if you choose between goldfish and koi for your pond, the goldfish don't tear up the plants. Koi destroy everything they get their hands on. That's why there's never any plants in a koi pond. So anyhow, the other thing with this, if you look down in here, this grows on a tuber, and you see the tuber, I replanted it with this piece here, right there, and now it's grown this far, and it's going, by the end of the year it'll be clear up against that, and it also popped out one here. So next year I will cut this in half and bring this piece back here, and we'll go off again, and everything will be fine. So anyhow, that's what I got to say. Oh, one more thing, these are hardy water lilies. There's two kinds of water lily, a hardy and a tropical water lily. For places where it freezes in the winter, you definitely want hardy water lilies. So, and they come in different sizes. This is a medium, small type water lily. You don't want a giant water lily if you're going to plant it somewhere like this. So that's what I got to say today. We'll see you next time.